Hello, friends.
Hello.
Welcome to it's the Cinemondo podcast with 2/3 of the whole Cinemondo gang. That's better than just me.
That's better than one, which I had to do a couple of those, and it's just
Yeah.
painful. But I do them because I love what I do. Yeah,
I know.
Mary needs help. Okay.
It's kind of fun to just go off by yourself with nobody interrupting you.
You mean
I'm
because Mark's not
joking.
here?
I'm joking.
I do
No,
tend to
it's-
interrupt because
I
as
get
a woman, I like to interrupt.
I get nervous when it's just me.
Oh, we're such big nerds. So also we besides us being terrible at this, I want to tell people that they should join our membership, our YouTube membership, Monster Mondos.
Yes.
And, you can get 2 levels of memberships, and both of them will get, here's the prices. Mondos, you get the badges, you get the emojis, yes, priority replies, and all this fun stuff, member shout outs. If you're a monster, you get the member request videos, and that's the coolest one because you get to ask us to do videos, and you can actually
Yes.
send a video of yourself asking, which no one has done yet, which I'm surprised because who wouldn't want to do that? Be in one of our episodes. So yeah, be a member, be a star.
Yeah. Join us.
Join us.
So, what is this phenomenon called Star Wars all about? It's funny that it's been going on for so long. I
Yep.
remember seeing the first Star Wars movie. I'm that old.
Mm-hmm.
And the second Star Wars movie and the third one, and then there was nothing for a long time. But there were a lot of fans, and then then there was the prequels. And people didn't really like them all that much, and you would think that would have been the end of it because people didn't really like those
Right.
sequels very much. But then, a bunch of years later, they did sequels,
That's right.
which people did kind of like and got really back into Star Wars. And then there were these TV series that came along, like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett and all these kind of things that people have kind of liked and not liked. Obi-Wan kind of not so much. Mandalorian, everybody seems to like Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And Star Wars is still going pretty strong. I mean, people buy the
Streaming.
merchandise. It's
Merchandise. Streaming
Yeah.
really helped this because they were able to, once Disney bought out Lucas, they pretty
Yeah.
much could do anything they wanted. So they had all the money and all the backing, even though he had all the money and backing too. But this just became a cash cow. And so
Yeah.
anything with Star Wars pretty much was a hit. It was
Yeah.
it was almost like, it was almost risk proof. But the fans are super demanding, very specific. And so when they're doing these properties, you have to get it right. Now, I think Mandalorian
Yeah.
did it right. We had fans making it, really well produced. They hired the right directors. People knew how to do action. They created their own kind of little universe. They weren't under the pressure of taking a really well-known character and trying to develop something around it. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi was such a big deal in the Star Wars canon that there was a lot of pressure. You could feel the box that they were containing Obi-Wan in. Where Mandalorian, I felt like, was the first of the series, and so they were kind of like, let's just kind of have some fun with this one. Let's pure fantasy and let's create Baby Yoda. Oh my God, Grogu. This is, and so they create that, and so now they have this whole new genre. But I feel like they're sort of going back into that little tight box again with Boba Fett and then Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're getting more and more constrained, and I'm hoping this one, because Rogue One, first of all, was another one. It was a rogue, prequel. It was like unlike any of the other Star Wars, a little more gritty. They had a diverse cast. It was like very, very interesting.
Nobody you already knew was in it.
Yeah, they didn't care as much
until the end, but
until the end. The prequel, it helps you because the characters don't have all this previous baggage. So I'm hoping, Rogue One I thought was great. It's one of my favorite of the properties that came after the originals. So I'm hoping, and the actor's great. I'm hoping that this is going to be good.
Yeah, Andor.
I have not seen this trailer yet, so.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I'm surprised I haven't seen it because it seems like something I would have watched right when it came out. But I
was kind of saving it because I wanted to do this episode.
I missed it.
Rogue One came out in 2016. So this is going to follow the same, casting in Andor. He's the rebel spy who, we know what happened to them. And we won't spoil it, even though I'm sure everyone's seen it. But it happens 5 years before the events of the film.
Right. 5 years before the film that happens before the first Star Wars.
Right. So this is prequel to the prequel to the prequel.
Prequel to
We're
the
going way
prequel.
far back, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we ready to watch this trailer?
Let's see. Let me get it. Okay, we're ready. Okay, ready.
And action.
Okay.
All right, good. We're not on Tatooine. Wow.
That's trippy.
To steal from the Empire? To just walk in like you belong? They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied.
Wow.
They
Senate,
can't imagine
the
that
Empire.
someone like me would ever get inside their house.
Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
You're in my net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief? You're slipping.
I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like.
I'm tired of losing.
Wow, 3 episodes.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta say that looked pretty epic.
It looks like a movie. It looks
It
like
does.
I mean, if that was a trailer for a feature film in the theater, I'd be like, I'm going, you know.
I'd be so excited to see this in the theater. Oh my
Yeah.
god! And Diego Luna, my god, he's so great. He's star power. He's so great. It's cool to see that because I feel like we're seeing something fresh.
Yeah. And
And
there's a lot of familiar faces in this one.
Stellan Skarsgård,
He's always good.
so good.
And we got a few other people from the and a few other characters from earlier from the film.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker showing up.
Forrest Whitaker's back, yeah, and a few other characters like some
Just enough.
creatures, yeah.
Just enough to let you know you're still in the universe. Just a little tiny cameos that let you know, yep, we're still there, but you're
Yeah.
seeing some new stuff, which looked really epic, actually.
And
Oh
it
my
looks,
God.
yeah, epic is what it looks like. I think one of the things that I was hearing about this one is that, you know, like listening into the industry chatter from where I work, I heard about this a while back, and one of the things that people were saying was that it's more like the movies.
It
That
did
this
look
one
like the
is-
movies.
Yeah, and from the trailer, it's like, yeah, it really does look large scale. You know, there's people on what looks like, you know, these Star Destroyers and those white hallways that we've seen from the movies.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times one of the things that was kind of not great about the other series, like The Mandalorian, the Mandalorian took place where it took place, and it kind of had that spaghetti western vibe to it. So it was kind of like a western. They kind of did that with Boba Fett a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was like you could kind of tell that they were sort of restricted to certain locations.
Yeah.
And then, you know, this one just looks like they're going all over the place. They're in
Wow.
spaceships, they're on planets, they're in other weird places that you don't even know what that is yet.
I liked how you said on Glass on Tatooine. I was getting sick of that place. I mean,
Yeah,
it just felt like it was a cheap location. They were just gonna keep shooting in the desert. That's what it felt like to me. I was getting tired of it. I know. I'm bad.
No, I understand it because a lot of what they were doing in those things was people standing in front of essentially backdrops that were generated on a set. You know, a lot of people know this, but the special effects was a not a green screen. Where a lot of times you see behind the scenes footage and you see people running in front of a green background, and the green background makes it so that you can very easily process something else into the background, because you can replace that green with whatever image you want. But they actually had a giant screen behind them that had the image of the planet or the desert or the city or whatever projected on it. So the actors were standing in front of something that they could see, and the camera could see it. The camera wasn't just shooting people on a green screen. They were shooting something that looked
Feels
like
more real.
the finish. Yeah.
That's really
And
cool.
the interesting thing about it is that as you move the camera, the background was connected to the camera in a way that foreground elements moved against the background relative to the movement of the camera. I hope that makes sense, but it gave a certain three-dimensional parallax to the background. It's super cool technology.
That's really cool. So this
But
was, you know,
it
go
restricted them. It restricted them to being able to sort of stand in front of this thing.
Yeah.
And in this trailer, I saw people walking down hallways and moving dynamically with the set, going through doors, going into these other realms, and the camera moving up and showing where. It just seemed more dynamic as far as how people were interacting with the spaces that they were in, the place that they were in.
Well, you could tell that whoever's in charge, who in this case is Tony Gilroy, he's created this for Disney. He directed Bourne Identity and Michael Clayton, and he produced also House of Cards. So he's used to these really, you know, kinetic sort of, you know, cinematic universes, and he can direct action. He knows his way around a great dialogue scene and how to present that in a really, you know, like cool, exciting way. So I'm excited to see it, because I feel like we have some real good talent behind the camera, and it looked really well done. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. I'm
There's
going to watch it.
A lot of pressure and a lot riding on Star Wars stuff. So I get it.
Yeah.
But this does look extra good. So I'm
pretty
excited.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about
I have
it some
posters.
more. Oh, cool.
Just a quick one. So this is the payoff. So I love that they're going a little retro with it. They have an
nice.
illustration.
Looks like Drew Struzan, which is classic. The
does.
original series, the posters that he did for Star Wars.
I guarantee the director's poster. Can you make it like Drew Struzan?
Or
So
maybe he did this.
No, he didn't do it.
Ah.
I think he died.
No, he's still alive.
No, he doesn't do poster. He doesn't illustrate anymore.
Oh,
but his
okay.
son does.
I'm Facebook friends with Drew Struzan. We met him at the design agency.
I was a stand-in for one of the they did a photo shoot, a body double shoot for a project, and I was a stand-in, so he actually has illustrated me.
Oh, that's cool.
With a different head. Yeah, that was kind of cool to meet him. And yeah, he was like, oh, I think he was a little, anyway. So this is another poster, and then they're tying it in to look like kind of a hand printed, you know, it's an old poster, kind of gritty, because this isn't your super polished kind of Star Wars. They want it to feel a little bit more you know, gritty, and which is Rogue One, you know. Rogue One had a different feel than some of the other Star Wars movies, so I like.
Kind of has a vibe of a propaganda poster or a Shepard Fairey kind of a, you know, like a politicized kind of you know, join us kind of a poster.
Yeah, and my husband did this poster. Good job. Good job.
Nice.
He didn't do this one, but this is very cool. Also, they you know, they amped up the color a little bit, a little more commercial. But there it is.
It's a beautiful
Here
one.
we go.
Yeah.
Here, that was our reaction to the marketing materials for Andor.
And it looks like something I'm definitely going to watch, because I love Star Wars. I don't know if I
wanna watch
showed
it.
everyone, but I have to show
Oh my god! Every time.
every time. I know. My Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber.
Very nice.
It
It'd been
actually
cooler
works.
before
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi came out, which I did not particularly like.
I know.
I know.
But that actually works. I can
Oh,
make.
wow, okay.
I cut out all the windows in my house with
Okay,
that, and
you
did a
cut
lot of
people in half
construction
with them?
stuff. Yeah, yeah,
That's excellent.
yeah. We made a skylight in my room, and
Oh, perfect. That's good. That's really cool.
it's really good for home construction.
Anyway, let us know what you guys think about Andor in the comments. We'd love to know what you think. Are you excited? Does it look good to you? It comes out in September, I think the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. So it's coming up.
Looks like fun. Looks like good Star Wars fun.
It does. Away we go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.